Yo, what's up, guys? Draw here to bring you a Skip Dance episode. I believe this is what's it, 63? Yes, 63. Reveal. Let's go. Skip Dance was so awesome. Okay, so we have now jumped full-fledged into the School Rhapsody arc, and the first two things I want to mention is, for one, they stepped the shit out of that animation game. Like, if anyone, was it just me, but the animation quality just jumped up randomly, and it was awesome. This entire episode was just like consistently fluid animation. Two, this is the one thing I keep wanting to say in my reviews, but for some fucking reason I keep tending to forget it. I fucking love the OST for Skip Dance. And this is just another one of those episodes where I really like the background music, and it really worked with whatever they were showing. But the whole premise for this episode is, Basu and Himiko are switched. No, I mean, Basu and Himiko are in each other's bodies. And they're kind of just chatting like, well, this shouldn't be too bad. And no one has serious conversations on a fucking high school trip. And then Switch remembers in the back of his mind what he told Sai, and now he's sweating bullets and freaking out because he's like, if Sai actually tries to act on that right now, she wouldn't talk to Boston, she'd be talking to Himiko and Boston's body. Which, from the preview for next week, we already know where that's going. So that's the issue there. Then you have Tsubaki taking Hypno by himself because Chu already gave it to him. Tim's like, he's Tsubaki, but the cat kind of confuses him, and we get Tsubaki Nya. I don't even, do we just call him like Neko Tsubaki? Is that what we call him Neko Tsubaki, because that works. Because I think Neko means cat in Japanese, so Neko Tsubaki. And that was funny as hell. And that was funny as hell purely, not even, it was funny as hell just to see Tsubaki acting like a cat halfway. I think when he first showed that he was Cat Tsubaki, like Daisy and Unyu ran into Saya looking for Skitdan, and Tsubaki ran into the girls, and he's like saying "nya" at the end of his sentences, and he was just like, "What the fuck?" And Daisy's reaction was just ridiculous for me, especially later in the episode where she kind of loses her shit because the Tsubaki sitting over in the corner like licking his hands, like cleaning his face and shit. She walks over and grabs him by the ears, which fall off his head through this entire shit. I didn't expect this. She fucking threw his ass against the fucking wall, and I'm like, whoa, Daisy don't play no shame, that bitch don't play no games. I fucked up that line if anyone heard it. Yeah, Daisy don't play no fucking games. Just threw that nigga's ass. It was ridiculous. But I guess we should stick to the comedy. That is Boston and Himiko in each other's bodies in the comedy that ensues there. And I figured this was going to happen considering the reason why I heard this arc was so fucking funny is because they do the jokes that most body switch cartoons don't fuck with, like the obvious dressing and going to the bathroom jokes. But because of the anime had to tone it down, so I'm assuming because in the anime they had to like some of the first few scenes is like Boston imitating Himiko in Himiko's body and it working, but we know Himiko can't do impressions for shit, so she can't do a Boston. And the first thing they have to go do is change clothes for the ski thing, and there's like this ridiculous exchange where like he wasn't even paying any attention to the whole "oh, I'm gonna see you naked" thing, and then you see Himiko get so damn defensive as like, well, you don't want to see him anyway. like she's like, I'm not really worried about you seeing me naked. It's more along the lines of you're probably going to touch them, and it's like, well, and then like there's like this long ass pause, and it's just like, I'm not gonna touch them. And when I say touch them, I mean her breasts. And usually Boston has like this like dead man face, like, I'm not gonna touch them. He's like, first off, you took too fucking long to answer that. Second of all, you're a fucking liar. And they have this shit going on back and forth. Now, there's also kind of a few jokes where like Himiko slaps Boston in Himiko's body, and it causes him to spin, and he's just kind of in Boston's reaction is like the hit made me spin, but I don't feel anything. Man, I'm so weak. Like he's self-loathing outside of his own fucking body. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Or the fucking even the first reaction when Yabasani, I believe her name is Yagi. Is it Yagi I'm thinking of, or Yagi or Kura? I'm not totally sure. One of the other girls with Yabasani's like, we're about to go change into our ski outfits, and you see Himiko Basubani do like this fucking robot doing, wait. I was like, oh fuck, great face. There's a lot of ridiculous faces in this entire episode, honestly. Now, something tells me that the Roman stuff in this episode is filler, because half of it is kind of explaining. Roman is the indirect explanation of why the other awkward scenes, because it goes into like you see Roman in the background, and she's like, oh my god, and she's like, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be in here until the second half, and then she like flips the page and we go into the eye catcher, so it's like, Sketch Dad's like, alright, we're gonna change clothes. The only thing I needed to say about that was the fact that you had fucking, like, that second half of that eye catcher, you hear fucking Himiko, you hear Boston Himiko's body crying, it didn't make any fucking sense. It was so weird, which makes me want to see the actual scene, and then, like, the whole second half of Roman is like, Roman figures out, or can already tell that they've switched bodies because she knows Boston that well. And they even play off of that joke where it's like she's like, I won't tell anyone, but under one condition, I want my love to be the hottest thing on this ski trip. And it's like, what? And then she goes through this whole explanation about how she's a side character and how technically she's the first character to actually develop a crush on the main character. And then she says like, I don't even think the viewers care anymore. Like she does a whole bunch of fourth wall breaking. And then she's like, oh, you guys probably feel very awkward too, considering that whole situation y'all had with the bathroom and the toilet and the dressing room, which is essentially her explaining the things they took out of this episode in the form of, you actually can see the manga chapters behind her head. So I'm assuming they omitted the toilet / bathroom gag. That would have been one of the most ridiculous things, because it was too much for TV. Because, I mean, people gotta remember, Sketness is a shonen. There's only so much etchy and ridiculous shit you can get away with on a shonen. Since Sketness isn't a shonen that really bends reality that much, I guess the bathroom shit was either just too hardcore. Like, essentially, TV censored the part of the Sketness jokes for this arc that make this arc so fucking infamous in the manga. So censorship kind of ruined that. It ruined the shock value, I guess. I'm waiting until this arc is over in the anime, and then I'm going to go back and read it in the manga just to see the toilet and bathroom jokes, because I kind of want to see them now. There's a lot of hilarity with that shit. There's even hilarity with like Switch and Yuki, where like Switch is spying on Saya, dazing off because she and I like this episode for the Saya stuff too, because Saya's like, it's very weird, but like they have Saya kind of. There's a discussion I want to bring up next week when they fully address it, because we can guess from the preview what's going to happen. That Saya is going to confess to Boston, which is actually Himiko in Boston's body, because the preview kind of just shoots that idea around. Like the preview was literally Boston and Himiko talking to each other, like, what do you think about Saya? Why do you say that? Well, me and Saya just talked and blah blah blah, and, you know. So I'll bring up that question next week when we get to that episode. But I do like the whole Saya stuff, and there's like, and then the Switch stuff with Rego, where it was like Rego thought like that Switch liked Saya, and so there's like this argument between Switch and Yuki, like, I do not like Saya. Let's stop the conversation before this gets any more awkward. And what made it even funnier is when Yuki first snuck, they made Yuki look fucking terrifying in fluid animation. It's ridiculous. She looked horrifying. There's even a scene where like she taps him on the shoulder and he's like, oh, evil spirit. He's like, first off, that's a rude thing to say because it's just me. You don't ever say that to a girl. And second of all, it's even weirder because you, a man of science who don't believe in the occult shit, his first reaction is fucking evil spirits, and he's like, oh no, I was just surprised. I was like, okay, switch. Okay, that's actually a pretty funny scene, like the whole. And then the next scene, and then I guess right after that we go into the bath scene, which I thought was. It's funny, but there's like a random portion in it that still confuses the fuck out of me. The funny part was the whole, like, Tsubaki's giving announcements over the intercom, but he's talking in the cat voice, so he's saying like meow and meow after like half of the sentences, and you see Unyu and Daisy just kind of like, what the fuck are you doing? And if anyone's wondering why Agata and Michiru aren't here, Agata and Michiru are like I think a year older than them. Like I think they're sophomores by American school standards. I think they're sophomores where everyone else is freshmen. So, anyways, the hilarity of the bath scene is they're being told to go take a bath. Like the entire class is to go take their baths. And obviously, we're gonna go into the comedy portion, but Switch's exit scene from that situation, because that nigga first wanted to go check on Saya again, and two, he did not want to deal with the fucking Basu Himiko, you're not seeing each other naked joke, and I thought that was hilarious the way he tried to ducked out of that situation. What made it even worse is that like Himiko and Boston looked like dead face when they ran into Captain and Saya. And Saya was like, no, Captain was like, Himiko, let's go take baths together. I'll wash your back. And like Boston and Himiko's body's just tripping balls. And he's like, yeah, sure, let's go take baths. Well, first off, it goes through like this cool banter where it's like, I don't believe in hygiene for today. And she's like, and then Boston pulls her over like, no, Boston, I'm taking a bath. Fuck that. It's like, it's just one day, Himiko. We can wait one day. It's like, no, you can wait one day. I'm not waiting one day. Get your ass in the bath. But it's like, it's so bad because the way it happens is they keep having this banter back and forth, and it turns into like them saying stupid shit, and like Himiko so fucking nervous and out of it actually says some ridiculous shit going, oh, Himiko and Boston's body. This is so hard to actually review that way. But here goes Boston's body saying like, he's like, I thought she was so beautiful and that and such that we're gonna bathe together. And they're like, what the fuck? And he's like, oh no, I'm joking. And then it's just like, what the fuck is going on? And then what made it even hilarious is that you heard Saya go. Saya just looked horrified and just walked away. It was like, Boston, go take a long walk off a short bridge. I was like, what? One, because I thought that was an American joke, so I didn't think they were using it in the anime. I didn't even think that was a joke. I didn't even think Japanese people use that joke. So I thought that was hilarious. Like, go take a long walk off a short bridge. And then Captain's like, I don't know what's going on, but that is weird. And then she's like, oh yeah, Boston, take a long walk off a short bridge. Because he had to. It was funny to see Takanashi do that more than anything else. I didn't really have a problem with Saya made sense, but Takanashi was just hilarious. And then they had like the school development scene with Saya where Saya's kind of complaining about that whole interaction about you shouldn't say you're gonna bathe with her. It's like, I understand you and Himiko are friends, Boston, but like you should not be trying to bathe with her. And she's talking to like all the girls in the room, and then because of that, it triggers like a whole. I think the skit dance is weird kind of conversation. Like all the other girls are saying like these negative things about the skit dance, and then Takanashi's about to defend them, and then Saya goes and defends them, and it's kind of cute because it's like he could do some shit like that, and Saya does not. And like Saya does not like just straight hate him after that. I don't know. I like Saya. So that shit was cute to me. I like that. And then I believe. Oh, and I guess I should mention the Chushan shit. I kind of skipped over that. There's a lot of things. I'm already at 15 minutes. The main joke here with Chushan, because it's like, what is Chushan doing this entire time? Well, one, he finds out that there are ingredients there so he can make some more exchanges if you need that, to make more exchanges so they can switch back. The problem is he's kind of tired from the trip, and he tries to take a hypno to convince himself to keep working hard and diligently, but he accidentally takes the pill that like ruins his motivation. So he's literally in the suicidal, depressed state right now through like the course of the episode. On top of the fact that we actually get to hear him like threaten to skate down again. It's like, you have to make sure I don't get fired. And it's like, why? You should get fired. You switch bodies with two of your fucking students. It's like, listen, you know what happens when a club loses its teacher advisor? The club shuts down. And it's like, and Switch is like, oh wow, we haven't heard that threat in a while. It's like, what the fuck? But the episode kind of ends with them like going, the scene I didn't understand. I guess I should mention. What the fuck up was with that scene where it's like you see girls bathing in the class, not like Himiko bathing, but just girls bathing, and you see one of the girls there, the one who hangs out with Dante, I think her name is Yagi-chan, and all you see is like these random blurred out scenes of girls bathing, and you keep hearing, this is Yagi-chan here, and then she'll say it slower like 2 more times, like, this is Yagi-chan here, and then it's like, this is Yagi-chan here, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And it was so random. But the episode kind of ends with like restless sleeping. Himiko and Boston's body is tied up. Himiko is tied up Boston and Himiko's bodies. This is gonna be so hard to explain. She tied herself up because she thought Boston would touch people. So Boston's like stuck in this weird, and it's such a very suggestive way she tied him up, so it was so fucking awkward. But she tied him up so he wouldn't do anything. But she still can't sleep in that body anyway. They're in 2 separate beds, like in the girl's side and the boy's side. And Saya can't sleep. And the next episode preview hints that they're sleeping in the same fucking bed, which doesn't make sense under the pretense that we just saw this episode that they obviously have boy beds and girl beds. Why the fuck are they sharing a bed in the next episode? You know that's what it is because it's in the fucking opening, and the preview looks like it. And on top of the whole Saya confession thing, which I'm going to bring up in full detail next week when I actually get to see how the conversation actually goes. But this was a funny ass episode. This review was actually almost as long as the fucking episode. That's how much I enjoyed it. There was a lot to talk about. I'm enjoying School Rhapsody so far. It was pretty fucking funny. I probably am gonna go read the manga after this arc finishes in the anime. But I've already spoiled like the next few things, the next like 3 or 4 big things in the series relating to the Agata related arc, which I believe should happen like within the next 13 episodes after this arc is finished. But I'm kind of rambling now, so tell me what you guys thought in the comment section below. If you watch this entire review, write fucking Saya is cute in the fucking description, which I doubt I'm gonna get many of because it's only like I get like 3 to 5 comments on these fucking videos. But I like the show, so I keep reviewing it. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for taking the time out. Right, Saya is cute if you watch this entire video. And this has been the Boss again for your boy Terrell, and I'll catch you guys later. Skip this, what's so awesome?